Undefeated 5-0 in his career. Carlos Sena, 4-1 in his career. We have Carlos Sena making his way into the arena now. This is the second bout here on LFA Fight Network. After this, Ron Kruk and Kyle Bohaidu take over for the English broadcast. Jonas Vilarinho and myself run across the octagon, flip that switch, and do the Portuguese broadcast for UFC Fight Pass Brazil. This teletape is offered to you by Courtyard by Marriott. And let's head over to the man with the mic in the center of the cage. Take it away, Leonardo Levati.
This fight is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the LFA heavyweight division. And it's brought to you by Court Marriott. Introducing first, the fighting out of the blue corner. Ladies and gentlemen, this man is a freestyle fighter. He stands 6 feet 4 inches tall and weighs in at 245.6 pounds with 5 wins, 2 by knockout and 2 by submission. Representing Clube Botafogo, Nova União, and fighting out of Porto Velho, Rondônia, please welcome Luis Camacho. And standing across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, this fighter is a mixed martial artist. He stands 6 feet 3 inches tall and weighs in at 241 pounds with 4 wins, all of them by knockout, representing Sena team and fighting out of São Paulo, he's Carlos Pesadelo Sena. And the referee in charge of this bout is João Cláudio Soares.
João Cláudio Soares, the man in charge of the second bout of the night. We have the big boys in the cage. João Cláudio is a big boy as well. Everything is well inside the cage.
Yeah, 2 rhinos.
Yeah, 2 rhinos, and João Cláudio is the man in charge of making sure those rhinos are well reffed. Second bout of the night, LFA 179. We're live on LFA Fight Network. I'm Max Suarez. By my side tonight, Bellator featherweight Jonas Vilarinho.
Softball stands for Sena. Regular stands for Camacho.
Sena in the red tape, Camacho in the blue tape. Camacho in the blue tape, undefeated 5-0 in his career. Sena in the red tape, 4-1. Very well-matched fight.
Yes. Both these guys like to turn up the heat since from the beginning.
Both locals, both fighting at home. And for heavyweights, I mean, the good thing about a heavyweight, Jonas, is you don't have to worry about how much you're eating.
Yes.
Most of the times, at least.
Yes. This is a good thing, for sure.
We have 5 minutes of this first round. A possible 3 rounds of 5. Speaking of heavyweights, Jonas, that's hard to believe sometimes, to get that good knee in there by Sena. Takes Camacho to the cage. He's going to start working that pressure a little bit more. Very clear game plan there for Sena. Shorten that distance, take him down maybe.
For sure. That's what he said he would do, right? And a odd volume of strikes for a heavyweight, right?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it worries me because being heavyweights, you know, they gas a lot quicker. So high volume, if this fight doesn't end the first round, the tendency is it's going to, you know, go down the hill and they're going to get really tired. But I believe that these fighters are really out here to make this fight end in the first. Still putting that pressure there. Sena got that underhook with that right hand, working those knees, trying to stay busy on the cage. João Cláudio Soares, a very experienced ref out of the Brazilian Athletic Commission, has his eyes close on both of these fighters. Southpaw stance for Sena. Camacho moving forward. Good head movement. High kick there by Sena. Good left hand there by Sena. Throws that left hand, not really looking for a target, maybe just throwing it out there.
Exactly. He's just touching to figure out the distance, I guess.
That left hand connects again, hits the shoulder of Camacho. The man in the blue tape keeps moving forward. Now, Sena has been working those kicks a lot, Jonas. Inside, outside, high kick, low kick. He's been keeping it very diverse. And I think Camacho is having a hard time figuring out what's going to come.
Exactly. Sena is keeping Camacho away with the kicks and looks like he's trying to set a trap, you know, to feint. He's going to kick and go in with the straight hand. It looks like. Let's see.
Sena with his back on the cage. Looks like he got something there. Camacho on top. João Cláudio Soares has his close eye on that. Almost seemed like maybe an eye poke. Maybe the edge of the glove could have caught his eye. got the knee on the belly. Now Camacho going for that full mount. A little over 2 minutes left in this initial round. Sena apparently hurt. Into that turtle position, Camacho putting that weight back. Is that the correct thing, Jonas, to do in this situation? Put your weight back?
I think that maintaining yourself on the top is the best thing, especially when you have still 2 minutes on the clock. Keep the position, the top position, hurt your opponent, and in the end of the round, you go for a submission attempt.
Camacho locked in that tight guillotine choke. Sena's still alive, trying to keep his head up, make sure that pressure alleviates a little bit. But Camacho, keeping that head high is the right thing to do when you're in this position, correct?
Oh, yes, for sure.
Putting his hand over, throwing some strikes to the body, apparently very comfortable in this position.
He should be trying to control the hips for him not to put that deep guillotine on him.
Trying to sneak that arm in and break that grip of Lucas. Camacho got it done. He's out. He starts firing over to Camacho. A minute left in this first round.
I wonder what happened on that situation, that he placed his hand on his eye.
Well, you can see there's some swelling under his eye.
Yes.
I believe that was a punch that landed, and
Maybe he just felt the punch,
I think he probably felt the punch, maybe a broken orbital bone.
Ooh.
We know that happens a lot when it
Yes.
swells so quick like that, Jonas. It's a heavyweight punch. I mean, in Brazil, we say where a heavyweight lands a punch, hair doesn't grow anymore. So if you had hair on his face, it wouldn't grow anymore right there, I got to say. But very good right hand connected by Camacho a couple minutes ago. We got 40 seconds left in this initial round. Good high kick there by Sena. A little wobble there by Camacho. Moves forward. Sena, this is something I like to say, Jonas. Sena's a man on a mission. He's walking forward.
Yes.
Even though he got hit, we see some bruising on that left side of his face. He's throwing that head out of the line, and he's throwing that left hand.
And he did exactly what we predicted. He left kick it, and then he feinted the left kick and went with the straight left forward.
Yep, and it caught him.
Yeah.
It's a very good game plan by Sena. 10 seconds left at the end of this first round. Second fight of the night. First one that goes past this first round. I mean, apparently, because heavyweights are deciding to throw down in the last couple seconds of this first round.
Ooh.
That's a wrap for the first. Jonas, we had that knockdown. Sena looked like he was hurt. We
Yes.
saw that bruising. Initially, we thought it might be an eye poke. We saw that bruising there when he stood up. Apparent punch that caused that bruising. Even though he was the man with more volume, moving forward, do you think that knockdown was enough to give that first round to Camacho?
If the judges saw a knockdown, for sure this round went for Camacho, you know, because he did the most damage. But if they didn't saw that as a knockdown, maybe they could have given the round for Sena, because he had the most volume, the most aggressive posture.
Wow, you know what? It was a punch. He had his closed hand, but I think what happened is the edge of the glove scraped his eye.
Yes.
Because you see his left hand, his right hand's going to be closed right there. Boom.
Yes, that wasn't
So I
the punch.
think it was either the edge of the glove or maybe the knuckle, the thumb knuckle that hit him. I mean, you can see there's some bruising. If João Cláudio Soares looks at that, he might call the ref in to take a close look. Apparently not. You see, call time. I think he's going to ask for that the doctor to come in. He's telling Camacho to go to a neutral corner. He's going to have a doctor take, which is the correct thing, right? Take a closer look at that eye.
Check how's his vision. He's probably going to blind one of his eyes and look for the other if he still is able to see with one eye. He's asking now how many fingers.
You know what? Every time I see something like that, it just brings me back to Rocky. The Rocky movie when you have the corner and Rocky can't have the corner tapping how many fingers the guy's holding up. It always brings me back to that situation. It's so iconic for me when I see somebody having their eyes shut on one side and asking for how many fingers they have.
He's good. He's good to go. I think he's good to go.
Yeah, I believe so too. But of course, the Brazilian Athletic Commission always on point. You know, very professional refs, making sure the athlete is taken care of and is good to go. Sena's good to go. We have 5 more minutes in the second round. Mind you guys, this is a heavyweight bout. Anything could happen at any time, so literally do not blink. Sena in the red tape, Camacho in the blue tape, both gentlemen wearing black trunks.
Yeah, Sena looks like he's feeling the urge, maybe as if he knows that the judges might have interpreted that situation as a knockdown.
Exactly, and that might show good corner work. Camacho's walking forward, you just put a good left hand on Sena, but if your corners are working well, they have to tell him there might be a sense of urgency.
Yes. Ooh.
Sena moves forward. Shots fired between Sena and Camacho. 4 minutes, and we have a trade of punches here between the heavyweights. LFA 179, second fight of the night. We're live on LFA Fight Network. We had some technical difficulties before, but we will have that initial fight for you guys.
Oh my God.
Shortly. Sena is walking forward. Got to be careful not to throw too much strength on those punches because you might get tired.
Sena is pedal to the metal. It might work, but if not, he might gas out, and this is always a dangerous game to play.
It's a lottery. I mean, the punch might land, it might not. He's putting in that volume, and if this fight continues to be as close as it is, maybe volume will decide this round. You never know. Camacho moving forward. Doesn't seem as tired as Sena, but Sena does seem like the man that's throwing those punches with a lot more intensity. Is able to put Camacho down, now on top. Some sort of a half guard trying to move forward, advance, transition into that saber position. Camacho good on the ground, already in that reverse position on all fours. And Sena controlling that position there. Coming up with those knees. Good elbow there by Sena.
Nice elbow by Sena.
Camacho throwing an elbow of his own now. 3 minutes left to the end of this second round.
Sena looks like a little bit gassed out right now.
Good elbow there by Sena. Camacho is still the man standing.
And still going.
Still going. Like I like to say, Jonas Pilarinho, Sena is on
a mission.
There you go, buddy. That's the way you do it. Sena's on a mission.
Yeah, and he looks gassed out, but he keeps going.
Yeah, that's amazing.
That's a nice knee by Camacho, right? Right on the liver.
I got to tell you what, though, for a heavyweight bout, Jonas, that we're used to seeing, I mean, and no disrespect to heavyweights, but we're used to seeing a little bit more sloppy work from heavyweights a lot of times.
That's true.
These are two athletic heavyweights. Sena showing an unbelievable athleticism. Camacho lands that right hand, moves over, another right hand that zooms by Sena's left ear.
And by the way, I might say this round looks like more for Sena than Camacho.
Sena moves up that left leg with so much ease. I mean, very flexible for a heavyweight.
Looks like a welterweight fight.
You know what? I got to tell you, Sena fighting at a heavyweight, I almost see him in the cage as a light heavyweight. He looks like he has a light heavyweight body type. Walking back there, Sena.
Ooh, nice punch.
Good right hand there by Camacho, taking Sena to the cage. Controlling that biceps.
He's catching a breath a little bit.
Taking his time, Carlos Sena. 5 fights deep in his MMA career, so is Camacho. These fighters have been through hell in their careers. They know that they have to take their time, pick their punches. A mid-round. We can have a third round, you never know.
Yes. It will be one for each fighter, and maybe the fight is going to be decided in the last round. Camacho looks like more fit, you know. He saved more energy. He was in a...
Sena felt that punch. Camacho is smelling that blood. He's trying to walk forward. I definitely think that Sena's starting to feel that gas tank empty up.
Exactly.
He really demonstrated that punch that he took, how fatigued he was. And Camacho does seem a little bit more tired, Jonas, but on the flip side, he's the man walking forward and taking advantage of this situation. Sena clearly tired. Hands aren't even up anymore, tired, low guard, and Camacho walking forward, trying to capitalize on that. Good kick there by Sena. Sena has been throwing some good kicks with his back on the cage. Very good kicks. Shows a lot of flexibility.
Yeah, her leg goes up so easy.
Yeah. Very easy, and when I think about it, this is a heavyweight.
Yes.
It's like, that's incredible.
Ooh, nice kick to the body.
Good left kick to the body, walking forward, he felt that arm. Camacho is on top of him, that's a wrap!
I think his shoulder popped up.
His shoulder popped out, Camacho took advantage of that, has nothing to do with that, that's not his fault.
Yeah.
Took advantage of that, we see Carlos Sena in a lot of pain right there. I believe it was the moment that right arm went and they threw the same backhand.
Yes, he was a little bit fatigued and he threw the punches in a kind of sloppy way, and the shoulder becomes really fragile when you are on that stance, you know.
Well, we have to wait and see maybe later if it's a shoulder, if it's a break in that upper part of the arm. It appears like it's a shoulder pop out. He looks like he's in a lot of pain.
Yeah.
And you can see that. I mean, it's horrible to see that because you don't want to see fighters getting injured. But Camacho, happy with his win. two very tough fought rounds. For heavyweights, that was very intense. Yeah, there it is, Jonas. He's holding his shoulder. Very likely to be a shoulder out of place.
They should put the shoulder in the place before getting him.
It looks like they're probably going to try, or maybe they're going to escort him out. Maybe they're just going to put him to sit on the stool for now. Maybe attempt to put, yeah, he's on the stool. They might attempt to put that shoulder back right now. Let's take a look at that replay. Yeah, there it is, Jonas. He threw that right. No, I was looking at the wrong one. He got that head kick. He's got that left hand. That was the beginning of the second round, I believe. He was trying to be more aggressive, using that sense of urgency very well. Left hand, right hand. Let's see if we can get that exact moment. That was still in the beginning. That's when he got that takedown. That's it right there. Over the top. He felt it immediately. You can see that shoulder a little bit higher than the other one.
He was trying to put that back on place.
I got to tell you, Jonas, my second MMA fight, that happened to me, and I didn't even feel it. I didn't feel it until I was on top and tried to strike ground and pound. My arm wouldn't go. I still won the fight, but then they had to put my shoulder back, and I was like, I don't know if this is a good or a bad thing. But Camacho gets his sixth.
That proves what type of warrior you are, right?
Hey, man. At one point, I was.
Yeah.
Camacho gets his sixth win, still undefeated. Unfortunately, Carlos Sena gets his second defeat. But, I mean, what a way to go out. Two very hard-fought rounds. Sena is already out and going straight to the doctors, make sure they put that shoulder back into place, puts his arm, you know, his shoulder back to the place it should be, and I believe it should be a speedy recovery if there's no tendon or ligament rupture in that shoulder. But Lucas Camacho is up there and ready to have his arm raised. Let's head up to my man Leonardo Lavati for the official decision.
Referee João Claudio Soares has called the stop to this contest at 4 minutes and 51 seconds of round number 2, declaring the winner by TKO, Lucas Camacho.
Lucas Camacho improves to 6-0, still undefeated, perfect record, no little red squares on his Tapology. Heavyweight, that is a statement, being 6-0 as a heavyweight in Brazil. Very good way to start your career. 6 fights deep into his MMA career. 1 win here in the LFA. Keep your eyes out for this man. This was the second fight of the night. We have the third and the fourth fights of our prelim card that will also be live on LFA Fight Network with my man Ron Kruk and UFC middleweight Caio Borralho. But let's put on the screen now our tail of the tape of the first fight. We had some technical difficulties, but we will have that on your screen right now. The first fight of the night between Esteferson da Silva and João Moraes. Esteferson was making his pro debut. João Moraes was making his second pro fight. Shortly, for you guys on the screen, we'll have that fight for you. We still have 2 prelims, and then main card, 6 bouts, main event, Geraldo Neto, our reigning welterweight champ, defends his title for the first time against Vanilton Antunes, coming in hot, 2 straight wins. Rio local, was supposed to have this opportunity June of last year, unfortunately got injured, had that second chance. Mark Beery said, do it again. He's here, he's going for that title tonight. Very hungry Vanilton Antunes to become the LFA welterweight champ, said this is his chance to open that door with the 3 little letters that says UFC.
Yes.
BJJ black belt, Fernando Portela. BJJ black belt, Fernando Portela. There we have Esteferson da Silva, blue tape, green shorts. João Moraes, black trunks, red tape. 5 minutes in this initial round. We are in the Olympic arena here in Rio de Janeiro. What a day to be back, Jonas.
Oh Huge pleasure being with you here again. And Moraes taking it up front with some calf kicks. Right on. This is the fourth one, I guess. 30 seconds of fight and 4 calf kicks.
And I got to tell you, we were talking about this earlier. We don't think this fight will go the distance. João Moraes, very talented fighter, very long, trains at KO Squad. And those calf kicks, Jonas, calf kicks are something that have come into full effect in MMA. Actually, recently, people have actually been using it with more efficiency.
Yes.
And it's something that, you know, eventually takes, you can't move your foot anymore, your ankle starts twisting. It's a very effective move.
Exactly. And this is a move that stacks really quick, you know? You cannot take that much.
João Moraes loading up on those calf kicks. Da Silva has been taking them. He's still standing. But of course, and you can say this better than me, Jonas, those calf kicks take a toll on your leg as the minutes go by.
Yes. 5 calf kicks until now. Moraes looking really loose in the cage, taking the center of the cage. Of course, we know Silva is debuting right now. Maybe he's feeling up the heat, the pressure.
Very concentrated, Moraes.
6 calf kicks.
Yeah, 6 calf kicks, looking straight into Da Silva's eyes, looking for that perfect strike. Then we have Da Silva there going sideways, making sure he's moving.
7.
And Jonas is a calf kick counting machine. He switched bases, and Moraes acknowledged it, and he said, boom, he switched it right away. Normally, you know, Jonas, for whoever's at home and doesn't know a lot about MMA, when you're taking these calf kicks and you switch bases, you're basically telling everybody that you're starting to feel
Exactly. He just tipped him off.
Ooh. Good right hand there by João Moraes. Tries to move forward, does Silva another calf kick in there. Moraes squeezes that calf kick. That right hand was lethal there a couple seconds ago, hitting that front portion of Da Silva's face. Eyes wide open for Da Silva. We're basically halfway into this initial round. LFA 179. I'm Max Suarez. By my side tonight, Bellator featherweight Jonas Bilharinho. We'll be with you guys for these first 2 fights here on LFA Network, and then Ron Kruk and UFC middleweight Caio Borralho will be doing the English, and we scoop on over the other side to the Portuguese. Right hand to the body. Portella's on it. That's a wrap. João Moraes takes the win. Is still perfect in his MMA career. Jonas, as we expected, first round finish, didn't go the distance. Claps by Jonas Bilharinho. Great fight. João Moraes gets the job done within the initial 5 minutes.
Yes.
Like we were saying, Jonas, we expected this to be a quick fight. And there, Rogério Camões getting all the praise from João Moraes.
So sharp. He was so sharp from the very beginning. The calf kicks, the distance, the blocks, the movement. Brilliant kid. Let's see on the replay here. Body shot, really hard, straight forward to the liver. Ground and pound, right there, Toof, right on the liver. Ooh. Ground and pound, and Portela immediately stopped the fight. There we go again. Really good shot. Clean shot. Beautiful performance by Moraes, known as Golden J.
You got it?
Gets his 2nd win, still undefeated. Brilliant kid. I think it's safe to say that we expect to see him in the LFA octagon again.
Totally agree with you, Jonas. Let's get that official result, and I'll be up there shortly with João Moraes to get his words.
Has called to stop to this contest at 2 minutes and 43 seconds of round number 1, declaring the winner by knockout, João Moraes.
Aqui, João.